Ciao ragazzi, this is Talk Calcio TV on YouTube. So today is the day when the 2017-18 Serie A season ends, and whilst 11 men kicked the ball, do I really have to say it, Juventus won the Scudetto yet again, 7 in a row. They lifted the title yesterday, and Gianluigi Buffon's last ever game for the Bianconeri after 17 years. Today though, there are other matters that are still yet to be resolved in Serie A. At the bottom, there are 5 possible teams who will take the last relegation place and head towards Serie B. It is of course between Udinese, Cagliari, Spal, Chievo and Crotone. Any one of those could join Benevento and Verona playing in the second tier of Italy next season. At the top end, Champions League qualification is up for grabs, and the two teams actually face off against each other. Occasionally the fixture list does get it right. Lazio host the Nerazzurri Inter Milan at the Stadio Olimpico. Now the last time these two sides met on the final day, you have to go back to 2002 like I said in the other night's episode. Of course, Inter needed a win to get their first ever Scudetto since 1989. They were beaten though 4-2. That allowed Juventus to pinch the Scudetto on the last day. There's plenty riding on this game today as well. As you know, Ciro Immobile and Mauro Icardi have been battling it out for the Capocannoniere, the Italian Golden Boot in Serie A. So that may also be a factor that will be decided. Now, both managers have done a great job, both Simone Inzaghi of Lazio and Luciano Spalletti of Inter. But failure to qualify for the Champions League, it will now be seen as failure, having lost it on the last day. We're in for an interesting final weekend, so here we go. So, 5 o'clock, the last relegation spot of the Serie A season is about to be decided. Who is heading down to the second tier, that is Serie B. So it's half time right now, and it is Crotone that are heading for Serie B. They are losing 2-0 away against Napoli, goals from Milik and Calcio on the difference. Spal are beating Sampdoria 1-0 thanks to a goal from Marco Antonucci. But as it stands, it is Crotone. They need a miracle to turn this round to stay in Serie A. Other results right now don't matter because they're not doing their job. I can't see it. What's going to happen in the last 45 minutes? Have they got any fight in them at all? So it's full time, and it is Crotone who are relegated to Serie B along with Benevento and Verona. They lost 2-1 away against Napoli despite a brave second half performance. It was not enough. So we say arrivederci, Benevento, Verona and Crotone. Hats off to Calcio though, because obviously when they beat Fiorentina last week, before that they looked as if they were going to take the drop, but they beat La Viola, they beat Atalanta at home today 1-0. So they will be playing Serie A football again next season. Elsewhere, AC Milan, they of course beat Fiorentina today 5-1 at the San Siro despite going a goal behind. So the Rossoneri, they are in the group stages of the Europa League next season, or Atalanta will have to go through the qualifying process. So, make do ready for tonight, that is Lazio versus Inter at the Stadio Olimpico. Now the permutations are simple here. If Lazio win, they grab the last Champions League qualification space. They could still overtake Roma should they lose to Sassuolo away. Inter, if they beat Lazio though, they are into the Champions League as their head-to-head record is better. 45 minutes time, got a bit of a break. I'm looking forward to this. Who would have thought this fixture on the last day of the season would be that exciting when it's not even involved in the Scudetto race. So we're going to go get some food and ready for the big match. Here we go, last game of the season at the Stadio Olimpico, Lazio versus Inter. The game's a sellout. 12,000 Nerazzurri Tifosi there in Rome. This is going to be an enthralling way to end the season. Like I've said earlier on, Lazio just need a draw. Inter, if they win though, despite being level on points, they will qualify. As they of course drew at the San Siro, they will have a better head-to-head record. Also, who's going to grab the Capocannoniere? Will it be Ciro Immobile or Mauro Icardi? Here we go, enthralling game ahead. So it's half-time at the Stadio Olimpico. It is Lazio 2, Inter Milan 1. What a first half it's been. It's open, both teams going at it, just like we hoped it was going to be. We didn't want a chess battle with what is at stake. Lazio took the lead from a deflected goal. Inter then equalised through D'Ambrosio. They're saying that Strykoya, the goalkeeper, was hurt, but the ref didn't even go to the VAR, he gave the goal. And then Felipe Anderson with a wonderful solo goal, made it 2-1 to the Biancoceleste. Roma are currently beaten to Sassuolo 1-0 away, so Roma are going to grab third place. But right now, Lazio being in the Champions League, they will take that right now, that's for certain. Massive 45 ahead. Can Luciano Spalletti, what can he say at half time to turn this around and get the Nerazzurri into the Champions League instead of Lazio? We will find out. But the last game of the season has just finished, and a bizarre turnaround in the second half. It has ended Lazio 2, Inter Milan 3. It is Inter that are into the Champions League. Now, Lazio had the game, you'd think, under control. I mean, they were winning 2-1. Then a bizarre turn of events in the side of just space of 4 minutes. Simone Inzaghi took off Ciro Immobile, his top scorer. Inter Milan, of course, were denied a penalty, but then they got one. Stefan De Vrij with a reckless tackle on Mauro Icardi. Now, Sosé De Vrij signed a pre-contract agreement. He's on his way to Inter Milan. I'm not one for conspiracies, but to give a penalty away like that and a silly challenge. Icardi, of course, dispatched the penalty, level on goals with Ciro Immobile. Just after the restart then, Lulic, of all people for Lazio, loses his temper and he's sent off. Lazio down to 10 men, then from a corner in to get a winning goal, third. I feel for Lazio fans to see the things just self-destruct just like that. Simone Inzaghi's done a fantastic job all season. I think he's going to be ridiculed for that. Luciano Spalletti, though, at the end of it, he salvaged something for Inter season. You know, I've been top at Christmas time. They slid down the table, but on the last day, they are into the Champions League. What a dramatic end to the Serie A this season. I've got to say, in terms of entertainment, you have to say that here in Serie A, it was more entertaining than the Premier League, the Bundesliga, La Liga. Where else did you see this drama in any European league this season? Nowhere at all. Well, tell us what you thought of this season's finale into the Champions League. Like, comment below. Don't forget to subscribe to Talk Calcio TV on YouTube. See the links below. We will be back on Tuesday with our review of the Serie A season. We will speak to you then. Arrivederci. Ciao.